GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all, where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams, who honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here, because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
All very welcome here. We have Anthony Nolan with us there, referee for our big game on Sunday, the Intermediate Football Championship Final. Anthony, first of all, congratulations on your appointment to the game.
Thanks, Emmett. Cheers. Thanks very much. Yeah, delighted to get it.
Look, you're no stranger to the big time. I suppose you've been on the inter-county scene for a couple of years, but I suppose it must still be nice to be involved on finals day back in your own county here in Wicklow.
Yeah, without doubt. Yeah. It's nice to be involved. All right, yeah. I had a bit of a bad year last year. I had a bad injury, so it's just nice to get back on the horses, I suppose, as I said.
Yeah, and look, I suppose you were missed within the county as well for your refereeing skills. You know, we talk here about the scarcity and numbers of our refs, but a top quality fella like yourself was a miss. You know, just to get back from that injury, I suppose, on your own front, and it must be nice to have it topped off now with a final this year as well.
Yeah, without yeah. As I say, it's been a long year, so it's nice to be rewarded to get a match like this, yeah.
And I know I was up in Barton last there the night you done Carnew and Hollywood. The standard of this intermediate championship as well is nothing to be sniffed at. There's a really high level here in this year, isn't there?
Yeah, there surely is. Yeah, no, the two good teams now. In fairness, Hollywood, Jesus, the battle that night. They really battled with Carnew. It was a real dogfight of a game, you know, which was a good game to get now. In fairness, you know, because look, you need to have these tests as well, like, you know. So yeah, it was a good game to get, yeah. And I did Roundwood last week, the Cool Keno game. I was very impressed with them. Now they're good football inside as well, you know. A lot of young lads there coming on. A lot of young lads there with them coming on as well. So yeah, they're a young side.
Yeah, and I suppose we spoke about it a few minutes ago with Dara there. You know, you're not a one-man show either. You have your few trusted lieutenants with you on the day as well. So it's a team effort.
Oh, it is, yeah, without doubt, yeah. Sir Damien Byrne there. I have Donald O'Keefe, Peter Case, and Tommy Kelly's come in there as well. Yeah, you know, 4 good lads to have with you. You need them lads with you, you know, trusted men beside you, you know.
You do indeed. And I suppose there's an extra little plus for yourself that when the hustle and bustle of the intermediate is over, you can sit back and watch Barton lads trying to do the back-to-back.
Yeah, sit back and enjoy that is right. Yeah. Should be a good game too. Should be a very good game in fairness. Yeah, Barton lads are beginning to go well, and I was very impressed with Blessing now last week. I have to say, very impressed. Whether An Tóchar will start and Anton McLaughlin will start now is another thing. I suppose it's a big question on everyone's mind at the minute, you know. But look, hopefully it'll be a good game anyway. Yeah, hopefully Barton has get a result.
That's it. But look, Andrew, thanks a million for taking your time out. And as I said there as well, the very best of luck on Sunday. Hope all goes well for you. And sure, we'll see you in Aughrim on Sunday.
No bother. Thanks very much, Emma. Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Thanks a million. Thank you. We have Jarlath Gilroy from Hollywood with us. Firstly, thanks a million, Jarlath, for taking time out on a busy week, county final week with Hollywood. I suppose we'll look back before we look forward. It's pretty much been battling victories all the way for this Hollywood outfit. You know, 2 huge battles with Carnew and one with An Tóchar, and I suppose a little bit easier against Stratford.
Yeah, no, it's been a tough campaign for us so far. We have not made it easy on ourselves with the games that we've played, but they've been tough teams that we've played against. So look, I've been happy the way to get on the right end of the score each day. So that was the most important part of it, really. But no, nothing easy. I mean, that's championship for you. And if you have to win a championship, it's hard games most of the way through, you know.
And that's it. And I suppose with a couple of minutes to go in that semi-final, you were 2 points down, but they showed huge resilience and cool heads as well to work the ball as well as they did to get those 2 scores to bring the game to extra time.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, we have a couple of very experienced lads there, like of PJ O'Keefe and that, you know, that have that cool head and are calm under those kind of circumstances. So, you know, we're lucky to have those type of players. And to be fair, we have shown great resilience and being able to finish out games as well, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose that's a credit to your fitness levels. I mean, you blew Carnew away in the first period of extra time. You rattled off 1, 2 or 3 in a low-scoring game up to that and really put the game to bed as well. But just one thing struck me with the Carnew, the semi-final in particular, was when you were playing, when it was almost like the teams were taking turns at playing well. But when you were playing well, the brand of football you were playing was an excellent brand of football to watch. Yeah,
and then look at the lads have worked hard on it this year. You know, I mean, we went 2 years now without winning a championship match, getting relegated from senior, and then not winning either of our games last year. So, you know, they had a little bit to prove. And then we've been unlucky through the year as well. Like, we've lost 2 of our main players with serious knee injuries. You know, Matthew Kelly would be regarded as one of the better forwards in the county, and he's now in his 2nd cruciate. And then we lost Kieran Terry, who's been a great servant to the club over the last 10, 12 years. And again, we lost him to a cruciate as well this year. So, you know, 2 of our main players have been down, and to be fair to the lads, they've really pushed it in for them, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose looking forward to Sunday, you know, this intermediate, you know, section of the championship, it's all been very tight, trappy games. An Tóchar looked fairly formidable against Kilcoole in that semi-final. They put up quite the show. You know, they look to really hit the ground running coming in. They're going to be a really, really hard opponent on Sunday.
Yeah, and it'll be probably a very different game to what we've been playing so far. You know, they're young, they're fit. They seem to be able to rattle off scores. Like, just even looking the last day, I mean, there's 7 different scores, which for any team is a great thing to be able to do. So, you know, they're going to be a formidable opponent and probably deserving favourites at the moment. But look, our lads have been battling, and we'll keep battling. We'll keep battling till the end.
Yeah, that's testament. That's one thing. I suppose this Hollywood team, as I said to you, all your games have been battles. So now one more big battle on Sunday, and hopefully you'll be over the line. Look, Jarlath, thanks a million for taking your time out during a busy week, and the very, very best of luck on Sunday.
No problem, and thanks very much.
Yeah, and now we have John McHugh with us from An Tóchar. Firstly, John, thanks a million for taking your time out on a busy week, county final week with the An Tóchar lads. The year so far, I suppose, you know, you started off with a really tight game against Lara, a good win against Stratford then, and then you were getting into the thick of things. I suppose you were well in front again. Kilkenny got a bit of a late scare, and up all the way up, you know, to the semi-final, you've been playing some really good football. But that semi-final was a huge performance from the lads, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would say, Emmett, that's our best performance today. But that's been in the pipeline. It's coming along. You know, we were sort of expecting a good game against Kilcoole, and as it happened, that's the way it turned out. You know, but you know, the way things go, we have a young side and they're good footballers. We know that, but as you know yourself, with young fellas, it can go anyway. You know, I'm not using young people's excuse by no means. You know, but we were very happy with that result. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I suppose Kilcoole have been a good yardstick over the last couple of seasons. They're always thereabouts in semi-finals, but you've just alluded to the youth coming through, I suppose. But there is a great blend of experience with those lads there as well to keep their feet on the ground, I suppose, if you want to put it that way. You know, Brendan Kennedy and the lads, like, there's a great level of experience there as well. It's just a nice blend at the minute.
Oh, we certainly do, Emma. Yeah, look, Brendan has been phenomenal for us. Like, not over the years, like, but Brendan is a super footballer, as you well know, and he's given off a lot to the club. But not alone Brendan. There's Peter Byrne there, our captain Stephen Connor, who's out of action at the minute, unfortunately. And then, look, in the panel, we've 30 lads in the panel, and a lot of them are experienced footballers, and you know, the older guys in the panel are helping out the younger fellas massively, you know, and it takes a panel like that to get where we are, you know.
Yeah, certainly. And I suppose the mark of the team and the mark of where they are at the minute was probably going down to the 10 men for 10 or 14 men for 10 minutes in that semi-final as well. And they really put their shoulder to the wheel and played great football for that 10 minutes and came out even better. They were 4 points down, I think, at the time of the black card, and when it came back on, it was 6 points. You know, that's a mark of a real solid panel and a good team.
Yeah, well, to be fair to Sean Nolan, who's managing the side, like, from the outset, look, we've just tried and put that into them from when Sean and myself and Decky Sillery took them over there last year, and look, Shay Cunningham was there previous to that, and he had sort of set the ball in motion. But look, that's what we've been instilling, to believe in themselves and have that bit of confidence, because they're just in the club. Like, we've had a lot of bad days in the club over the last 33 years since we played our last intermediate final, and look, a lot of work has gone into youth, and thankfully now there's an awful lot of people that put an awful lot of work into it, and thankfully now it's starting to reap rewards. You know, that's the way we look at it, you know. But I'd have to tip Sean at the back and say, look, he's done a fantastic job with these guys, and blending the young fellas with the older guys, and they're a good group of lads. They work hard for each other, and that's all you can ask for them, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose looking forward to Sunday now, you know, this is a real tough Hollywood outfit you're coming up against. I've seen them firsthand against my own club in a couple of games. You know, they're a battle-hardened team. You know, all the results have been a point or two. You know, they won well in the end the last day in extra time, but they're a real tough nut to crack, this Hollywood team.
Well, Emmett, I certainly agree with that, and I have seen them a couple. I went out and watched them in the against Carnew the first day. Unfortunately, one of their players was injured that day, and the game didn't finish. And I've seen them since that. I was out at the semi-final as well, and they're as you say, they're a battled hard outfit with some very, very good young footballers in the middle of them as well. Like, you have a full back like there, Harry Wilson. Like, he'll look after John Paul, I say, as best he can. He won't be giving him anything simple in there. And then you have Michael Healy there as well, who's a great footballer. They've a young full forward. Just for the life of me now, his name eludes me now at the moment.
Carney, yeah.
Sorry?
Stephen Carney.
Stephen Carney, yeah. Look, I mean, some of the scores he took out there against Carney in the semi-final were just like one touch of the ball and it's over the bar. So we're taking nothing for granted by no means. You know, okay, we've played well up to this, but Hollywood we played them last year in the championship, and they were, like, it was nip and tuck the whole way through. And Hollywood, to be fair to them, last year were relegated the previous year, and that's not easy. We've gone through that ourselves with the club, and like, they're on an upward curve again. So we're certainly taking nothing for granted, and we're going to have to be at 110% on Sunday if we want to come home with the cup. You know, that's the reality of it.
Yeah, look, listen, John, thanks a million for taking your time this week for the bit of a chat there. The very, very best of luck on Sunday. I hope everything goes well for you, and sure, we'll see you in Aughrim on Sunday.
Please, God, yeah. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Our GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all, where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams, who honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
Wicklow GAA's healthy clubs prioritise areas such as healthy eating, mental fitness, substance abuse, gambling awareness, diversity and inclusion, and critical incident planning. For more information, please ring Dave on 087 3822 625 or email chair.hwc.wicklow@gaa.ie.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.
You're all very welcome to Aughrim here for finals day, our football finals, the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship final between An Tóchar and Hollywood, which is followed by our Bowman Platform Higher Senior Football Championship final between Baltinglass and Blessington. First up here today in Aughrim, the teams are just in the parade underneath. A huge cheer goes up. There's a big crowd here in Aughrim to witness this one. Anthony Nolan is our referee for today. As you can see, the teams just marching along. I have Podge Doty and Kieran Whelan on co-commentary here with me today for this one. Firstly, I suppose we'll give you a quick run through the teams here. First up on the screen, I think we'll have An Tóchar there.
They're lining out, has the programme. It's in goal, Peter Byrne, Luke Kenny, Gavin Kenny and Owen Mara make up the full back line. Gavin Fogarty, Brendan Kennedy and Owen Murphy in the half back line. Midfield of Oisin Cullen and Matt Nolan. Conor Davis, Jordan Brady and Dara Fee in the half forward line with Conor McKenna, John Paul Nolan and Niall Sheen starting in the inside line. Hollywood line out as follows. They have in goal is Colin Tutty, Shane Kelly, Harry Wilson and Harry Houlihan are the full back line. Conor Burke, Michael Healy and Luca Harney in the half back line. Caelan Burke and Cian Tyrrell are the midfield. Robert Kelly, PJ O'Keefe and Robert Houlihan are in the half forward line. Ben O'Keefe, Stephen Carney and John Tian Burke in the full forward line. We're about to have a minute's silence for a member of the Hollywood Club. We'll give it its due respect. It's the minute silence out of the way. As I said, the teams are getting into their huddles. Firstly, Podge, this looks a really intriguing affair. An Tóchar have probably been the favourite, have the favourites tag all throughout this one. A fantastic young team, but looking at the results coming into this one, Hollywood are what if they're one thing, they're battle hardened.
Without a shadow of a doubt, like, and if An Tóchar are going to win this today, they're going to have to earn it, because this Hollywood team, they won't give up, and they've won loads of tight matches, very similar to what the Narda Glen did last year, won 3 or 4 games by a point. Like all the tough battles they had with Carnew, it'll stand to Hollywood as well, but An Tóchar will definitely have to earn this today if they're going to win it. Yeah,
and I suppose as ever the wind is down into the town end. I didn't see who won the toss. It looks like Hollywood are going to play with the wind in the first half. Kieran, you've seen a good few of these games as well. Hollywood, as we said, battle hardened. It should make for a fantastic game between these two, but the strong running An Tóchar team were very impressive in that semi-final.
Yes, they were, and like your team is going to run and test out this Hollywood defence, and I know they have been through lots of battle hards with Carnew, but it's going to be a different kettle of fish when they get to these young forwards coming in the open field of Aughrim. So it's going to be a good even contest, but the open field could ask questions of Hollywood defence.
Yeah, I suppose Aughrim is a different place. They played a lot of their matches in Bartenglass as well. We all know the pitch is a little bit tighter there. Pitch looks in great condition for the middle of November, to be fair. They're early stages of November anyway. I think we're just about to getting ready to rock and roll here. Anthony Nolan is calling the players into their positions. There doesn't look to be many switches. I think we're going with what started on the programme. John Paul Nolan said, I think we were just talking there as well, Podge, this An Tóchar outfit, I think we counted 10 under 20s on this team.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think nine lads that are under 20 are playing here today, and I was just saying to Emmett, I'd say this midfield battle is probably the youngest battle we've ever seen in an intermediate final. An Tóchar have a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old. Caelan Burke 20 years as well. I'm not sure what age Cian Tyrrell, but he's not. He's another young player, so that'll be a great battle in the middle.
Yeah, we're just about getting ready to rock and roll here. As we said, it's the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship final between An Tóchar and Hollywood. We're ready to rock and roll here. Anthony Nolan's our referee. He has a quick look around. It doesn't seem to be many positions. As the programme goes, these two teams are doing exactly what they say on the tin. There's no messing. They're lining out. The ball is in and the game is on and it breaks. And the first break comes to Cian Tyrrell. Tyrrell gets the ball, pops it back to his wing back there, who is Luca Harney. It's not Harney, sorry, Conor Burke. Burke is dispossessed momentarily though by the hard-working Dara Fee. Fee again gets the ball, but it's recycled in as far as Michael Healy. Healy gets it to Caelan Burke, back to Healy as Hollywood just look to build from the back here. Harry Houlihan is on the ball. The number 4 gets it and pops a little pass out to Luca Harney. Harney takes the ball, tries to get past the tackle of Jordan Brady, just turns it to First attempt, touches the ball on the ground. Huge pressure there from the An Tóchar man. Conor McKenna drills a long ball in early. High ball down. There's a hand on it there from Shane Kelly. Kelly, the tight marking back. Fantastic he was against Carnew the last day. Gets the ball out to Mikey Healy. Healy goes long down the field looking for PJ O'Keefe, his captain. Keefe has dropped deep into his own 65. Picks up this ball. Pops it off to Conor Burke. Burke, left-footed, long, direct ball in, looking for his corner for Ben O'Keefe or John Teen Burke. John Teen Burke has this one, 21 yards out, looks to pop a pass off Willie Shoot, gets the ball to Stephen Carney. Carney again twists and turns around his man, kicks the ball right footed, kicks it high, and this one looks to be gone high and gone over the bar. The first score of the game. Direct play by Hollywood, and they're on the board. That's a good sweep and move down the field, and a good score.
Yeah, great score by Stephen Carney, and Stephen is like, it's the one player that An Tóchar will have to keep an eye on because it's their main scorer for Hollywood, same as John Paul Nolan for An Tóchar. I see Shane Kelly's taking up John Paul Nolan. Actually, it's not Harry Wilson on the edge of the square. And I see Brendan Kenny is actually dropping off PJ O'Keefe a bit as well, so that'll be interesting to see how that works out for them.
The kick out there is from Peter Byrne. This one goes short on. It's into Robert Holland. Holland gets a little hand pass inside back to that man Carney. Carney finds a little bit of space for himself. He's very good at finding space. Kicks this one with his left foot. Picks it high and kicks it over the bar. First two scores to Hollywood. Two massive scores with the wind in their back here, but just shows they're showing this An Tóchar team no respect. They're going right direct at him, Kieran.
Yeah, they are, yeah, and this is exactly what Hollywood need to get a good early start, put the An Tóchar people under pressure, and let's see what the game falls out like.
Chance again for Peter Byrne with his kick out. Long kick down the field here. Comes out again. Robert Holohan is under it. Takes this one. Takes his mark but plays away. Gets the ball into Harry Holohan. Holohan wearing number 4. He's turned over though. Good work there by Oisin Cullen to win that ball back. Conor McKenna is right deep in his own D here as An Tóchar look to get the ball up the field of huge numbers back here. They're going to have to carry this ball out of defence, and it's in the hands of Gavin Fogarty. Fogarty pops a little pass off as far as Owen Murphy. Murphy into Brendan Kennedy. He goes all across the field and finds his midfield man, who is Oisin Cullen. Cullen has a look up now, tries to drill a ball in, but good positioning again by that man. Shane Kelly picks off the pass, and away come Hollywood with the ball. It's Conor Burke, gets the ball to PJ O'Keefe. O'Keefe 65 yards out from his own goal. Pops a little pass into John Teen Burke, but there's a foot in there from Gavin Kenny. Gets the ball away. It'll be a line ball right underneath us here. 3 minutes on the clock. It's 2 points to Hollywood, no score to An Tóchar. Robert Holohan tries to go a little bit cute with that one, and it's picked off by Conor McKenna. He gives the ball to Gavin Fogarty across the field and into the hands of Dara Fee. Fee now gets the ball off to Jordan Brady. He pops a pass into Conor Davis. They're on the move here. Looks for another little hand pass in, but it's picked off in there by Luca Harney. Numbers back for Hollywood, and just a little misplaced pass there, and it's back in the hands of Caelan Burke. Burke 45 yards out from the Herbst end here. Recycles hand passes, tries to work it out. Again, he's gobbled up there, and the possession's turned over by Dara Fee. That's good play by Fee. Ball is inside here as Niall Sheehan takes the mark, puts his hand up. Referee tells him he has his few seconds to take it. He took the mark there. Looked like he was a bit belated with the mark, but he took it eventually.
Yeah, I think you have a couple of seconds to claim it anyway, you know.
This one goes high. He's screwed the ball way off the boot. It's high, it's dropping in. It's back in his hands though. He might get a second bite at the cherry. He does get a second bite at the cherry, and this time he makes no mistake. A good recovery from Niall Sheehan, and it's 2 points to 1. 4 minutes on the clock here. A great game. A great first 4 minutes, lads, and it started at a real pace, hasn't it?
Yeah, and An Tóchar have taken a little bit of time to settle there. I know it's only 4 minutes in, but they're kind of forcing the issue, trying to get the ball inside to John Paul Nolan, and probably gave away a hand pass there as well, Kieran, that probably didn't need to give either, you know. So Hollywood have settled a little bit better than An Tóchar so far.
Kick out is from Colin Tuckey. A huge kick down the field, bypasses the midfield but breaks into the hands of Robert Holohan. Holohan's away. He has 2 or 3 jerseys on him. Good play though by Matt Nolan. Gets back and gets a hand in, wins the ball and wins his free. That's a big turnover because Robert Holohan got another half a stride there. He was away and he was in on the An Tóchar goal. A good defensive turnover there by the midfielder. Gets the ball up as far as Jordan Brady. Brady now, the number 11, trying to pull the strings here. Gets out in front and tries to take the ball into contact. Keane Tyrrell just does enough to force him a little bit wide. He has Conor McKenna off his shoulder. He pops the ball inside as Conor Davis looks for possession. 65 yards out from the Herbst end here. Davis solos with the ball. Caelan Burke goes to him, but a little hand pass in as far as Oisin Cullen. Cullen drills a ball. Oh, what a peach of a score from Oisin Cullen. That's a massive score into the breeze. Kieran brilliantly worked. It looked like they were going to have to probably go through another couple of hands there, but a brilliant kick with outside the boot.
Yeah, no, sweet strike there from distance. Well worked through the hands there. got the man into space and pops it over the bar.
Yeah, and I suppose, you know, looking forward to the second half, they'll have no problem kicking from distance if they're kicking those into that wind.
Well, when he was winding up there, I thought he was passing the ball inside. I didn't believe he was taking the shot on. It was that good of a score.
An Tóchar takes the kick out, ball breaks down, and again Hollywood get hands on it. Conor Burke this time fires a high ball up. It'll be dropping around the 45. There's a hand on it from Brendan Kennedy. It's well read in there by Owen Mara. First to the break as An Tóchar, as we said, have just settled into this game a bit better now. Caelan Burke though breaks down the attack, gets the ball to Ben O'Keefe. O'Keefe looks to pick a pass into John Teen Burke. Burke gets over there, but there's a good hand in there from the corner back. Luke Kenny did really well, and it'll be a line ball to Hollywood. Stephen Kearney might just about fancy his chances off this one. He's a sweet kicker of the ball. He looks to be weighing up his options here.
He's thinking about that, Emmett.
He's between the 14 and the 21, right down in the corner there on the stand side. I think he's going to have a pop at this one. We're 6.5 minutes in. It's a level game here in Aughrim, 2 points apiece. Kearney goes with this one, but never quite caught it, and it's gone tamely enough to the left of the post and wide. We'll have a kick out again from Peter Byrne. Hollywood have pushed up on these kick outs. They've given lots to think about on this one. Byrne looked like he was going to go short to Gavin Fogarty. There's a couple of runs being made. Byrne takes this kick and drills and hangs it up in the air. It'll drop about 50 yards out. Attacking that ball there was Luca Harney, but breaks away, and Robert Houlihan is on the break again. Gavin Fogarty does really well, comes through a tackle there, passes the ball away and gets it to Brendan Kennedy, and away goes Kennedy. He's 65 yards out, has Jordan Brady in front of him on the 45, little one too, and Kennedy is in a little bit of space, looks to pick a pass in, but Shane Kelly again just in the right place at the right time. He tried to pick the ball, pass in over his head. They were looking for a goal there, and away come Hollywood, and it's in the hands of Ben O'Keefe underneath the stand in the middle of the field over at the far side there. Again, it's quick that his space is closed down. 3 of those blue jerseys get around him, and they're happy enough to just hold it off, but there's a long pass there, and it's picked off brilliantly by Conor Davis. Davis solos with the ball, plays it in early inside as far as Niall Sheen. Sheen has a look, he twists and turns and recycles the ball out as far as Jordan Brady. There's no one inside at the minute, but here comes the cavalry. Oisin Cullen looked to be falling into that tackle as well, but it was a high tackle for everything.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was just lost his foot and he was falling over, and when the tackle came in, there was nothing malicious in it. Probably unlucky for Hollywood to give away a free there, really.
The chance will be from 45 yards out. It's about 5 or 6 yards to the left of the post. As we look ahead, it's John Paul Nolan. He has been relatively quiet in this first 8 minutes, as we said. An Tóchar struggling just to pick the right pass into him, but he'll have a chance here. Off the ground, into the breeze. Big kick for the young man. Nolan, just this one pulls away. It's gone to the left of the post and gone wide. Never quite caught it, and it's a wide for An Tóchar. As we said, we've 8.5 minutes gone here. It's 2 points apiece in a thrilling encounter so far. Both teams have settled into their game now, and it's a cracking game of football at the minute, lads. They're just doing their best to work the ball quickly, even against the wind. An Tóchar looking to work that ball quickly up and down the field as well.
Yeah, they are, and it's a good open game of football. It's exactly what you want for days like this. You just let both teams at it. There's no sweeper sitting back. It's let the best team win.
Ball breaks in the middle of the field, and it's picked off by Conor Davis. Davis pops the ball off inside there as far as Dara Fee elects to come back as the green jersey swarm around him. It's back into the hands of Matt Nolan. Nolan gets the foot pass inside. It's a good ball inside, but again there's a good hand in there by Shane Kelly. He does enough to get the ball to Harry Houlihan, and he is fouled by John Paul Nolan coming out. Good back play there by the Hollywood men, a good solid unit. As we've said, it's Mikey Healy looks to take this one. He pops a little pass off to Conor Burke. Burke fires the ball down the field into space, and as Ben O'Keefe is out in front, does well. O'Keefe, or it's PJ O'Keefe, sorry, gets the ball. He solos, he's gone around his man. A chance for O'Keefe, looks to offload. Again, there's a good hand in by Gavin Fogarty. The ball breaks away, and it looks like it's an An Tóchar ball from here. It is an An Tóchar ball from here. Good defence by An Tóchar there. PJ O'Keefe just caught in 2 minds, but it's taken quickly. There's no respite here as Brendan Kennedy gets the ball and hand passes it out as far as Peter Byrne. He gives the ball off into Oisin Cullen. Cullen 65 yards out, 45 yards out from his own goal, looks for the long hand pass up to Conor McKenna, but Luca Harney's on his case. He does enough to get it out over the line. McKenna takes it quickly, drills a long ball in, looking for John Paul Nolan. He's out in front this time. He's underneath the scoreboard. He looks to go inside Shane Kelly. Kelly does well to get a hand in and just turns him back. That was dangerous with good defending again. Back to John Paul Nolan though. Nolan on the turn, has a look at the post, kicks it off from a tight angle. That's a super score from John Paul Nolan. And what a battle it is between himself and Shane Kelly in there.
Fantastic battle. Like Shane Kelly is a really, really good defender, and he's marking John Paul really tightly, and then he's dropping off him to get into space in front of him at times. It's going to be it looks like it's going to be a fantastic battle, but I see Shane Kelly down injured there now. That'd be a huge blow to Hollywood.
Huge blow. He's down. He seems to be holding a knee there. That's a big blow. We'll see what happens. It's not like him to even go down injured, to be fair to him, but I think the keeper's been told to take the kick out. It's not a head injury. John Paul Nolan helps him to his feet, in fairness. Long kick out again down the field from Colin Toy. Huge ball breaks again. Robert Holohan is on that break. He's very good at picking up those balls. Holohan. Gavin Fogarty's on his case. Looked like a foul, was a push. It's a free into Hollywood. Fogarty, just the judge, to push them over. Another one of those fascinating battles all around the field here. We've very good mashups in this one, but it's Harry Holohan will take this kick, tries to get the ball into John Teenberg. He does enough to get it back as far as Holohan. Holohan picks it up as he was falling. He just done enough to keep his feet, gets the ball back. It looked like a throw, and it was a throw. It's a good call from Anthony Nolan, but just it's the pressure on them there. In fairness to the An Tóchar backs, huge pressure on the man on the ball.
Yeah, definitely, and it was the tackle that made him do that. You know, like if you stand off, he's not going to give away that free, but it's because they're putting so much pressure on them.
Brendan Kennedy looks to go back to his keeper, Peter Byrne, and he'll take it back off him. So Kennedy 21 yards out. Down in the dressing room corner here, Solo's back out to the top of the D and gives a hand pass off to Gavin Kenny. Kenny gets the ball out to Luke Kenny as An Tóchar look to come raiding. Now they lead by a point. They went 2 down. They've got back into this match against the wind. It's through the hands and away they go up the field. There's danger here for Hollywood as Jordan Brady is on the ball. It's a good tackle though from Mikey Healy. Just does enough to stop the attack. But Conor McKenna picks the ball up, gives it to Dara Fee. Again, Healy gets a tackle in. Ball comes across to Matt Nolan here. Nolan, little bit of space, gets a ball inside in as far as JP Nolan. Nolan looks to go the short side. He's gone around Shane Kelly this time, is he? A chance of a free, maybe. No play on, says the ref. He does really well to get the ball back out as far as Matt Nolan, and he pops it over the bar, and another score for An Tóchar. And An Tóchar just look to be settling into this one now. They look to be just taking control a little bit.
Yeah, no, they've got themselves into the rhythm of the game here, and they're really starting to let their legs start doing the work, playing the ball through the hands, getting the ball into their main shooters. And to be fair, when he gets it in his hands, he's causing danger here as he goes for goal and heads for the juggler each time.
Kick out from Colin Tuhy. Ball breaks in the middle of the field, and Anna has Oisin Cullen. All the breaks going on Tóchar's way the last few minutes. 13 minutes gone here. It's 4 points to 2 to the men from Roundwood. It's in the hands of Brendan Kennedy. He gives off a little pass as far as Conor Davis, but good pressure from the Hollywood backs again. Force him all the way back to Jordan Brady. Brady's about 50 yards out here, has a look at his options and gets his head up, tries to find a hole in this defence, but it's not easy as Owen Murphy had the ball there, gets it back into the hands of Conor Davis now. They come raiding again. They look to pick a few holes here, but there's numbers back and it's a loose pass and it's into the hands of Robert Holohan. Holohan's away, pops the ball off to Harry Holohan. It doesn't go to him, but Robert Holohan does enough to pick it up at the second attempt. He's fouled by Gavin Kenny. It's a free to Hollywood and they'll be happy enough to have broken down that attack. Next score, you feel, could be vital in this one. A long, high hanging ball inside. Oh, it's well taken by Stephen Carney. Carney can't take a mark from that, so the referee play on, but he's got his free now. It'll be a free in. He's just explaining the rule to him. Carney was asking why, and he's just explaining the rule to him that he couldn't, so they've sorted it out between them.
It's actually amazing the amount of forwards that don't know that you can't take a mark from a free kick. It has to be from open play, and I see it happening nearly in every game.
Yeah, and he done well to come out. It was on his mind, but he's still got his free. It's within range. There's a chance here for Stephen Carney to lessen the gap here in Aughrim in this Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship final. We're just about 15 minutes in here. We're in water break territory. This could be the kick that brings us to the water break. Carney steps up. Oh, he's got a good connection on this one. It's high and it's straight between the posts and over the bar. A huge kick. It's 4 points to 3 here now. It's a huge kick. As I said, the next score was vital because if An Tóchar went 5-2 with the wind, against them, you know, it'd have to be disheartening, but it's a huge score for Hollywood as they work the ball out from the back again with Luke Kenny. Gets the ball to Matt Nolan. Nolan goes cross field and gives a little pass to Dara Fee. Fee drills the ball. Oh, it's a great ball into the hands of Jordan Brady, and Brady's away. He looks to have the legs on Mikey Healy here. Healy tries to get back. Chances over to Paul or JP Nolan. Nolan shoots. Goal for An Tóchar. A goal for An Tóchar. Brilliantly worked up the field. It's 1-4 to 3 points all the way from the kick out. Just as I said, Stephen Kearney looked to have weathered the storm a little bit. Hollywood, a brilliant flowing move, and JP Nolan rattles in it.
Absolutely fantastic goal. You know, Jordan Brady knew he had the pace of Mikey Healy, took him on, and the angle that JP Nolan ran as well, like, it was just absolutely perfect. It looked like a goal all the time as soon as Jordan Brady got the ball. Fantastic goal.
Peter Byrne Colin Tuohy takes the kick out long down the field. It breaks again and it's into the hands of Dara Fee. Fee underneath the stand picks it up. There's a pep in the step of these An Tóchar lads now, and they're finding little pockets of space that they weren't for the first 10 minutes of this one. It's Jordan Brady on the ball, gets the ball out as far as his wing back on Murphy. Murphy gives it back to Brady. Again, we have players in space here. One of those is Matt Nolan. Nolan now gets up to the 45, kicks a long boot pass in. A hand on it from JP Nolan. There's a hand on it from Shane Kelly, but it falls to Niall Sheen. He gets it back to Dara Fee. Fee is in a scoring position here. Kicks this one, just drops into the hands of Colin Tuohy, and he works the ball out, gets it out as far as Conor Burke. Burke solos with the ball and has a look up. Again, they need options now. Hollywood need to work this ball down the field, and they need to work it down quick. A goal against the wind for An Tóchar is a huge sucker punch, and it's a 4-point game. There seems to be an injury there to Conor McKenna though, and away come Hollywood down the field. Look for John T. and Burke. Gavin Kenny thought it may have came off the hand of Burke, but ref says no, it came off the hand of Kenny. It's John T. and Burke to kick this one, but he's drilled it across, and the only man home there is Brendan Kennedy. He just palms it down to Gavin Kenny, and he gives it out to Oisin Cullen, and away come An Tóchar again as they look to revert back into their defensive unit. Hollywood again, it's a kick, but there was a hand on it there by Cian Tyrrell. Gets it to Conor Burke. He drills the ball down to Stephen Kearney. Kearney hasn't the legs to get to that one. It's gone away and it's gone wide. The goal just looks to have taken the stuffing out of Hollywood a little small bit. We're into the water break here, lads. It looks to have taken the stuffing out of Hollywood a little bit there just before the water break. It's a huge score in the context of this game.
Yeah, massive score. We knew Stephen Kearney was the main threat for Hollywood coming in, because by far their top scorer, but he's the only scorer there today, and they need to, the other forwards just have to get something, give something to Hollywood at this stage to get them back into the game. They can't rely on Stephen Kearney for everything, you know.
Yeah, and it does make it easy for An Tóchar to just have to drop a spare man just in front of Kearney, and it's kind of running An Tóchar's ideas out the window. But there's only 1 point from a free here. It's great hope in football. We've won 4 to 3 points, and there's only 1 point from a free, so we can't ask for much more.
No, it's a great game of football, and just looking at the set-up of An Tóchar now, they've copped on to what we've just been talking about. Brendan Kennedy drops in there. He's a big unit. You know, Matt Nolan just drops into where Brendan, you know, they're not playing with his sweeper as such, but just at the right times, they're just filtering in front of him, and they're making life very difficult for Hollywood to get the ball into the danger zone.
Yeah, what they're doing, they're playing as they see it, really. You know, if they need to drop a player drops if they get the opportunity, but they're not doing it. They're happy to go 3-on-3 in there as well, so they are. And sorry, just while we're having the break here, I just want to say hello to Monica and Tom Brady. I was asked to say hello to them there from An Tóchar. Not well at the moment, but they're tuning in to watch it, so just want to wish them the best of luck.
Very good. I'm sure they're enjoying the scoreline at the minute.
Yeah, anyway, definitely,
so 1-4 to 3 points here, as we said. The water break, Anthony Nolan just looking for the teams to come back out. An Tóchar will be first out. Hollywood now. It's a big 15 minutes for Hollywood coming up here in this with the wind in their back. I know the wind doesn't win you or lose you games, but it can be a major factor here now. And even psychologically, I suppose, if they go in 4 or 5 points down after playing with the wind, it'll be a huge blow.
Oh, it will be, and it'll just give the An Tóchar a bit more belief in themselves, knowing that they have the wind in their backs and they're able to play them long balls into John Paul Nolan, the main man they want to get into. They'll be able to kick it in from halfway.
We're ready to rock and roll here again. We'll have 19.5 minutes on the clock when we start back up here. It'll be Peter Byrne in the goal to take this kick out. He has a look at his options. Huge kick again, hanging in the breeze. Ball is under. Oisin Cullen comes off his hands though and breaks down into the hands of the Hollywood men, and it's PJ O'Keefe on the ball. He gives the ball to Caelan Burke. It's through the hands here as numbers back for An Tóchar. It's Ben O'Keefe gets that one cross field and into the hands of Conor Burke. Burke has a look at the post. Went for one with outside the boot. Peter Byrne comes out though, takes it really well on the hop, takes it into his chest, and away come An Tóchar, and it's a long ball up the field right out to the sideline, but the The pitch isn't big enough for that one. It's gone out underneath the stand there. It'll be right in the middle of the field. A line ball to Hollywood. They look now to tack a few scores onto the board. Be no need to panic yet, but they do need to get a score or two on the board. That's a brilliant kick across the field though, and it's into the hands of Luca Harney, but immediately Harney is sized up by 2 An Tóchar men. He gets the ball away to Harry Holohan, and away comes Holohan down the field. He's 65 yards out, gets to the 45. Conor McKenna does well to force him back and gets the ball into the hands of PJ O'Keefe. Clash there just off the ball, and it's O'Keefe still in possession, looks to fire that ball. It's a backs ball all day though. It's a high looping pass, and there's a hand on it there by Owen Maring, and it gets it knocked away. Away come An Tóchar, and it's Oisin Cullen up the line here in front of us, gets the ball and gives that outside of the boot into JP Nolan. There's a good hand in there by Shane Kelly. What a battle, as we said, but Nolan is on the ball here. He's 14 yards out. He's gone inside the 21. He checks his run, comes back out to Oisin Cullen. Cullen pops a little pass all the way across here to Matt Nolan, his midfield partner. He looks to pick a pass inside. There's danger here again as Niall Sheehan gets the ball. Is he strong enough to get through there? He's not, but he's fouled by 2 Hollywood defenders, and another good passage of play from An Tóchar that wins him a free that ultimately should be a score.
Oh yeah, some fantastic kick passing from An Tóchar there. Matt Nolan's after kicking a couple of unbelievable balls in there to the full forward line, and even that ball from Oisin Cullen there from the outside of the boot.
On the run,
yeah, you know, absolutely, they're making the sub here.
Conor McKenna has gone. He picked up a knock here early in the earlier on. He was gone. This Ger Byrne is coming in. And Conor McKenna gone off. Looks to be a shoulder injury there. He's an ice pack on his shoulder. So the kick will be for Jordan Brady. It should be a fairly straightforward one. He takes his couple of steps, drills it high and drills it over the bar. It's 22 minutes on the clock. It's 1-5 to 3 points here now as An Tóchar are 5 points to the good with it playing into the breeze here. The kick again will be from Colin Tuohy. He gets behind this one. It's a long kick down again, hangs it up in there. Huge kick. Robert Holohan's on it again, and Cian Tyrrell picks up the pieces. He's fouled though by Matt Nolan and Gavin Fogarty there, happy enough to give away a free and just stop the momentum. Conor Burke is on the ball in the middle of the field. Hollywood now just look to size up their options, and they're looking for a few ideas at the minute. They need a bit of pace off, they need runners off the shoulder here. Conor Burke looks to inject that, comes across the field again though, and again it's back to Mikey Healy. He comes all the way across to Luca Harney. Harney on the ball, pops the pass back into Conor Burke. He looked to give it to Harry Holohan, but he decides against it, gets the ball back to PJ O'Keefe. Again, good defence here from An Tóchar as they line up all across the 45 and just look to put pressure on the man on the ball. The ball breaks down. That man, Brendan Kennedy, is back there sitting in front of the house, but he's well tackled by Stephen Carney. Goes down on the ball and he's tackled as he goes down the ball. It's a free out. It could have been a free in for a touch on the ground, but he was fouled as he went down to pick up that one, according to Anthony Nolan. So
yeah, he kind of miscontrolled it himself, but you know, as you try and tell lads, just go down and pick up the ball and you might get a free. Like, if you don't, you won't.
You get the benefit of the doubt anyway, or you look for it. So
yeah.
But in fair, 9 times out of 10 when someone goes down on the ball like that, they do get their free. So the free here will be Gavin Fogarty's to take. About 40 yards out from his own goal. He's looking for options. He goes short up as far as Conor Davis. Davis takes the ball, does well to evade the tackle of Harry Holohan there, brings the ball infield and gets it into Matt Nolan. Nolan has been on a lot of ball in this first half. Another huge kick inside, looking for Niall Sheehan. Sheehan is out in front, but he's converged on by 2 Hollywood men, and it's a free in to look to be a free from here. They seem to be over him on the ground. So again, they probably had him where he wanted him. He was on the ground, he was going nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. Another great defending there. I think it was Harry Wilson that got in a real good tackle, you know. But you can see Kieran was saying, like, you know, An Tóchar are trying to get that ball in as quick as they can, and that's against the wind. I don't know what they're going to be like when they have the wind in their backs. I'd say they'll be launching it from.
I don't think the wind will make that much difference to their style of play, the way they're playing this first half. You know, they're a fast running, fast moving team. This kick is about 42 or 3 yards out. It's John Paul Nolan gets it. Does he connect with this one? It's just gone. It's kept in by Jordan Brady. He does really well. Ger Byrne picks up the ball. He gets it across to Niall Sheehan. Sheehan pops it back out to Nolan. Nolan has a little bit of space. This time it's off his left foot down out to the right of the post and wide, and it'll go down as probably a bad miss for the likes of JP Nolan. He would have liked to have got a cleaner strike on that one. As I said, we approach 25 minutes. That's including the water break. It's 1-5 to An Tóchar. It's 3 points to Hollywood here in Aughrim. A cracking game of football so far.
We're after having 5 different scorers from An Tóchar and just 1 from Hollywood. I know I said it earlier on about Stephen Carney, but they've scored 5 points from 5 different scorers, and that's the threat that An Tóchar are bringing to the game.
You know, and like I don't like keep bringing the wind into it, but against the wind to have 5 different scorers, it's huge for a team as well. The ball is in midfield in the hands of Gavin Fogarty. An Tóchar winning all the breaks around that middle third off the kickouts now. It's Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy 65 yards out, hoofs a pass up. It's a good pass. Conor Davis gets to the ball though. He's fouled according to Anthony Nolan there by Harry Holan. I thought he had to go for it, but it's deemed as a foul. And Conor Davis was fairly sure he was fouled because he lay on the ground. He wasn't getting back up to retrieve. He must have known he was going to get his free. So
I don't think you could fault Harry Houlihan there really. Like, you know, you have to go for those balls. You know, you have to contest it.
Yeah,
you know,
he had to go for it. So Conor Davis again looks for options, kicks a little pass inside, looking for Gavin Fogarty, and Fogarty's away here. It's opened up in front of him. There's a chance. Oh, huge, brilliant tackle there by Mikey Healy, but falls into the hands of Niall Sheehan. The ball breaks down. Caelan Burke comes away with, hoofs the ball way down the field, looking for an outlet. There's no outlet there as Brendan Kennedy stands and picks off a pass to Conor Davis. He foot passes it inside to Dara Fee. Fee looked to be going to set himself to shoot, gets the ball back to Oisin Cullen. Cullen drills another one with the outside the boot. Oh, what a score. It's an exhibition of score taken from Oisin Cullen with the outside of that right boot. And that is another fantastic score, and it just eases An Tóchar away here at 1-6 to 3 points, 6 point game, Kieran.
Yeah, no, it's looking at it, the contrast in the way the two teams are playing football. An Tóchar are coming at waves at Hollywood, and Hollywood are getting the ball and just easing it across and back and giving An Tóchar time to get themselves settled again.
Again, they've won the break in the middle of the field. They tried to get it to Gerard Byrne. There's a tussle between himself and Luca Harney, and Harney comes away with Byrne, gets his hand in and wins the ball back, does really good work and pops the ball off to that man Oisin Cullen again. Cullen now is everywhere. He looked like he was going to shoot for his 3rd point of the afternoon, but he just gives a loose hand pass, and Hollywood get men back behind the ball, and it's John Tean Burke is all the way back there. It's into the hands of Caelan Burke, back to John Tean Burke, back to Caelan Burke again, and again, as we said, Hollywood just giving An Tóchar the chance, and then a loose crossfield pass. Things just not going the way of the Hollywood men. Gerard Byrne tries to get to the ball. There's 3 Hollywood men around him, and away they come eventually with it. It's Luca Harney, but he faces up, and there's men looking to tackle him straight away. Gavin Fogarty, John Tean Burke is on the ball. Gavin Fogarty does really well, strips some of the ball and then gets dragged down, and that's huge play from the An Tóchar men. They'll turn that ball over, and it's probably one of those heartbreaking moments for Hollywood when you get turned over like that.
Yeah, it is, but it is serious tackling from An Tóchar. They're absolutely contesting everything is what they're doing.
And a chance here is Shane Kelly just looks and slips, and John Paul Nolan is in here. He gets to the 14-21, looks to bear down on goal, boxes the ball high and boxes it over the bar. Probably the right decision at this stage of the game. He could have went for the jugular maybe, but Shane Kelly was just unlucky there. He slipped at a vital moment, and you can't slip around that man.
No, and he did do the right thing. You know, they're keeping the scoreboard ticking over now, and they're building a lead. You know, that'll be hard for Hollywood to bring or to reduce. You know,
28 minutes gone on the clock here. Long kick to the middle of the field again. It breaks, but again on that break is Matt Nolan. Nolan gets the ball in as far as Niall Sheehan is not going to get there in time, is he? He just does. No, he doesn't do enough to keep it in. The linesman at the far side says it's a Hollywood ball. Hollywood take it quickly. Mikey Healy is on the ball here. Pops a pass over to Caelan Burke, but there's nobody there. Harry Holan has to go and just about gets there, tidies things up, done enough. And John Tean Burke at 15 now has dropped right back here, looking to carry the ball forward. Again, there's 3 blue jerseys around him, but he's no real support. There is support on the far side. Again, it's a loose looking ball, and it's picked off there by Owen Murphy. Good play there by An Tóchar again, and it's just the wrong decisions at the wrong time for Hollywood. Is hurting them at the minute. Gavin Fogarty's on this ball, gets the ball and pops it back to Jordan Brady. He gives the ball inside as far as Owen Murphy. Murphy gets a pass out as far as Dara Fee on the far side. Again, they go through the hands, and it's into Jordan Brady. Brady is pulled to the ground. There's not a lot in that. He just got wrong-sided by him. He almost let go in the tackle as well. I know he's probably caught him around it.
Yeah, just a little bit high really is what it was.
A little bit high, and he's just, you know, it was by no means a clothesline or anything.
No. Like, you know, I know there's plenty of quality in this An Tóchar team, and I think 4 of these lads actually played for Wicklow under 20s against Dublin or came on, you know. You know, so there's great experience there as well as youth, you know, and really good talented footballers as well.
Yeah, and look, they've played, you know, we talk about maybe county final day, probably getting to some of them a little bit like they've played in those big days. There's huge crowds at a lot of those under 20 matches. You know, it's not, you know, they've experienced that type of thing, so they've settled in. Apart from the first probably 3 or 4 minutes, they've settled in really well here in Tochar, and they're playing fabulous football at the minute.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're playing serious football, and it is a joy to watch when you're looking out at the way they're opening the Hollywood defence. They're bringing men back, working in waves, and then giving them long balls into JP Nolan and Niall Sheehan. They're getting out in front of the men, but there's still a ding-dong battle there in the full forward line. There's Shane Kelly's given everything that he's got there. He's not letting JP Nolan in for any easy scores.
Yeah, and I suppose we're alluding to it there. The whole thing about the likes of JP Nolan is the supply coming in. There's very little anyone can do if the ball is good coming into him. The free is taken. We'll have 2 minutes of additional time. We're just coming into the last few seconds of normal time. A long ball in, looking for JP Nolan again. This time Shane Kelly gets the ball behind him. He needs support to get it out. It's picked. The pass is picked off by Gavin Fogarty. He read that one really well, and Hollywood just caught on their heels a little bit, and he's won a free, and a big chance here. A big chance here for the An Tóchar men to kick a score. It's Jordan Brady will take this one, not the easiest of angles. He's only about 3 or 4 yards in on the 14 here, kicking into what is a stern enough breeze according to the tricolour at the other end, so it'll be interesting to see this one. It'll be a huge kick. He opts to go backwards with the ball and gives the ball back out to Matt Nolan. He finds Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy opts to shoot from in front of the goal, kicks this one high, but it's tailing to the left of the post and tailing wide, and we're just into the 2 minutes of injury time here now. Kick will be from Colin Tuohy. Tuohy goes long down the field, a huge kick again, but there's numbers underneath from both sides. Ball breaks, it'll break to John T and Burke. Burke has handled ball since he came out. They need to be direct, they are. It's in the hands of Stephen Carney. Carney's away, and he's fouled by Gavin Fogarty this time. It'll be a chance for Carney. He kicked one from a similar position earlier. It'll be a chance for him just to put a score on the board here, because it's a few minutes since Hollywood have scored now as well.
Yeah, their last score was at 15 minutes from Stephen Carney, you know, so
with the breeze in your back, that's 17 minutes almost without a score, but this should put it right. Carney is on form, his boot is good, he's just about 43 or 4 yards out, central enough, gets hold of this one, strikes it well from here, and it's high and it's over the bar. It's won 7 to 4 points here. An Tóchar in the ascendancy at the minute. We're into injury time. First minute is just about up. Kick out will be from Peter Byrne. He goes wide out here, a long high kick out to Owen Mara. Mara does well to take it and turns his man, gets up the line with the ball. That's good play. He was under pressure, gets the ball into Ger Byrne, but there's a hand on it. Comes off a Hollywood player, says Garrett Whelan down underneath. Says it hit him. Ger Byrne will take it. He gets the ball back in to the hands of Conor Davis. Davis gives it to Matt Nolan. Nolan pops a long pass all across the field into the hands of Dara Fee. Fee solos with the ball, brings it up to 65 yards out from his own goal. Looks for Matt Nolan, find Matt Nolan. He gives it to Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy has a look, goes back inside as far as Dara Fee. Kennedy's gone to ground after a late tackle there. Thinks he got a bit of a late bang in the ribs by the looks of it. Gavin Fogarty's on the ball here, pops it off to Matt Nolan. Kennedy's back up, holding himself fairly gingerly, but Matt Nolan pops a pass into Jordan Brady. Brady solos, has a look, pops it back to Gavin Fogarty. They're just playing with the ball here now, almost like they're running down the clock in this first half, but they're in possession. Matt Nolan gets the ball into Ger Byrne. Byrne takes it, pops it off to Jordan Brady. It's another good move by An Tóchar. Numbers back from Hollywood though, 5-6 men converged on the man on the ball there. There has to be space somewhere, there is, and it's in over with Dara Fee. Fee'll have a look at the post here. He lines it up, but it goes away off the outside of his boot, and it's gone to the right and wide, and a good build up again, good patience. We're up to 34 minutes here. It's looking like the half-time whistle should sound possibly on this kick out, and what has been a super first half for the An Tóchar men against the breeze here in Aughrim. It's 1-7 to 4 points. Colin Tuohy goes long down the field. It is the half-time whistle has sounded, and I suppose if you're trying to tell a team how to play against the breeze in the first half of a county final, that's the video you want to show.
Yeah, they showed great patience there in the last few minutes. You know, you were talking about them trying to wind down the clock, but they weren't going to give the ball away. and some of their kick passing is excellent. Like, you know, I think Matt Nolan, I haven't seen an exhibition of kick passing like that in a long time. You know.
No, it's huge. Look, they're on top in probably all sectors of the field. To be fair, as you said, Stephen Carney, the only scorer at the other end, 2 frees, 2 from play. I think, you know, it's a huge mountain for Hollywood to climb here. Can they come back from it? Most definitely, but they're going to have to think of different ideas, really, aren't they?
They're not creating enough chances, really, because they're only after having 1 wide as well. You know, An Tóchar after having 4 wides, so they're just not getting the ball up there, and they need to. And like, it's not a bad Hollywood team. Like, they have a very, very good defence, is what they have. You know, and they need to build on that. And maybe Hollywood will just throw the shackles off now and give it socks, maybe. You know.
Yeah, they need to start coming from deep. They have to start coming off the shoulder to start try pull this An Tóchar defence apart. They're giving them too much time to set themselves up, and then they can't lay them long balls in. Whereas you see the An Tóchar players are moving it from side to side, causing the Hollywood defence to move all over the place and getting lads out to space to take the shots on the run.
Yeah, and even in that last attack, when they worked the ball in here to the 21, there was 5 Hollywood lads converted, but it was almost like they were, you know, they were after being dragged around, they were just throwing themselves at him almost. You know,
yeah,
it wasn't.
They were all being sucked in towards the ball, and that was leaving An Tóchar with 1 or 2 men standing out at the 40 with no one on them. They all had the time to, and they had the composure just to keep the Hollywood players moving from side to side, get it out to Robbie Fee or Darren Fee, who unfortunately didn't connect with the last ball.
Yeah, look, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with the second half shortly. It's 1-7 to 4 points in the Darcy Sand Intermediate Football Championship final. Don't go anywhere. Come back. There could be a cracking second half here.
Wicklow GAA's healthy clubs prioritise areas such as healthy eating, mental fitness, substance abuse, gambling awareness, diversity and inclusion, and critical incident planning. For more information, please ring Dave on 087 3822 625 or email chair.hwc.wicklow@gaa.ie.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.
You're all very welcome back here for the second half of the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship final. It's An Tóchar 1-7, Hollywood 4 points. Hollywood have played with the aid of the breeze in the first half. It didn't go their way. An Tóchar would be short price now in running, as the fella says at this stage, to probably take this one, but we'll see what Hollywood can bring to the table. There doesn't seem to be any switches really. Couple of positional ones. Anthony Nolan is ready to go here. As I said, Mikey Healy looks to be gone back in on Ger Byrne over in the far corner there, so it'll be interesting. Hollywood will have to up their ideas now in the second half. A brilliant performance by An Tóchar into the breeze in that first half has put them in the driving seat here. 6 points to the good. The ball is in, the game is on. The second half is away, and the first break comes to Conor Davis. Davis on the ground gets the ball back as far as Matt Nolan. He finds Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy gets the ball over to Jordan Brady. Brady has a look up and hand passes the ball off to Dara Fee. Fee steps inside his man. He's handled a lot of ball. He's played really well. Fee needs a runner here though, and Ger Byrne offers his services. He's about 55 yards out, gets a hand pass off to Owen Murphy. Murphy looks up, tries to get the ball inside to Niall Sheehan. Sheehan does well to protect the ball, but there's numbers back there and it's well worked, and Robert Kelly comes away with the ball, gives the ball to PJ O'Keefe, but that's not where you want to your half forward line at this stage of the game. I think for Hollywood, Mikey Healy's on the ball, gets the ball and gives it into Keane Tyrrell, back into the hands of John Tean Burke. They're 65 yards out from their own goal. Huge pressure on the man on the ball, a foul on the man on the ball, says Anthony Nolan. It'll be a free to John Tean Burke. He goes back with the ball and pops a little pass off as they look to recycle and rebuild from the back. It's PJ O'Keefe on the ball. The Hollywood captain gets hand pass into Conor Burke. Burke looks up, looks to go long inside. It's a long ball, but it's hanging up in the air. Gets just about gets over as far as Ben O'Keefe. O'Keefe is pushed. It's a free in, takes it quickly, gets the ball to Stephen Carney. Carney turns inside. There's a chance here for Hollywood. Can they get a goal early? Brilliant run by Robert Hull, and he's pulled back. Was it inside the square? It is inside the square, and it's a penalty to Hollywood here. It is. Anthony Nolan was right on the scene. It's the right call. I think he definitely had his arm pulled back, and a great move by Hollywood at the start of this half, and this could put the cat among the pigeons a little bit.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, it was a penalty. There was a pull back there, so there was inside the square. So you know, and they need to score this without a shadow of a doubt.
They do need to score. It'll be Stephen Carney, their only scorer so far. It'll be a card of some sort for Gavin Fogarty as well. If this is a black card, it'll put the cat among the pigeons. He'll probably go yellow, seeing as he's given the penalty. He's having a think about it. It's a yellow card for Gavin Fogarty as well, so he'll have to watch himself for the rest of the game. It'll be Stephen Carney to take this one. Places the ball on the spot. He's up against Peter Byrne. A huge chance for Hollywood here to narrow the gap down to 3 points. 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Carney faces up to Peter Byrne. Steps up, has a look, bangs the ball straight down the middle and buries the ball in the back of the net. It's 1-4 to 1-7 here now. Just what the doctor ordered in regards to the neutral watching this game, I suppose. It's a 3-point game now, just about 3 minutes on the clock here, and that has opened things up, lads. It could be a fantastic next few minutes.
Yeah, but that's exactly what Hollywood needed to do. It's the first time they went directly at the An Tóchar defence, and they got the man off the shoulder, running a pace, and got the penalty out.
Brilliant catch in the middle of the field from Ger Byrne. Launches a ball long down into space in front of JP Nolan. This is just what Hollywood don't want. There's danger here. Ball across to Niall Sheehan. Sheehan steps inside, strikes a side foot into the net. It's a scramble and it's a clearance away, and a gilt-edged opportunity for An Tóchar there. Should have been a goal.
Should have been a goal without a shadow of a doubt. Like, it worked it so well. Fantastic catch by Ger Byrne in the middle, and fantastic ball in then to John Paul Nolan. Feed it off. Looked like Nine Shield did the right thing. Gave a little dummy, got it onto his left, but no power in the shot.
Just no power there, and the scramble after, it was a Hollywood boot put it out. It's going to be a 45, so An Tóchar will be looking to get something from the attack. It would have been a sickening blow for Hollywood just after the goal to concede one, but they've just about got away with it. It'll be JP Nolan to kick this 45. Just slightly to the left hand side of the post as we look at it. The breeze will be in his back if he can launch this one up. He gets underneath. Is it good? It's gone high and it's gone to the right and gone wide, and nothing now with that attack for An Tóchar. This game is back in the melting pot after that early goal from Stephen Carney from the penalty spot. Colin Tuohy will take this kick out. It'll be interesting to see how they work their kick outs now in the second half as well.
Yeah, because An Tóchar are doing well out in the middle of the field. They're probably on top there.
Kick out goes long, it's out to the far stand side, it's off the hands of Robert Holan, ball breaks down, it finds its way as far as Ger Byrne. Byrne has been on a good bit of ball, he just doesn't quite get to the pitch of the ball. It's a free for Mikey Healy, a foul from Byrne, says Anton Nolan. Ball's in the hands of Conor Burke. There's a bit more excitement about the Holyrood crowd underneath us now as Burke looks up, pops the pass off here to a strong running Hollywood man, but it's a loose hand pass again, and Tochar broken it down. It's into the hands of Brendan Kennedy. Jordan Brady's in space down at this end of the field. Brady looks to take on his man Jinx inside. Robert Holohan tries to get back. Was there a foul? No, says the referee. Play on. A heavy couple of shots there, and it's a free in to An Tóchar. A really good run there from Jordan Brady. He's taken a fairly heavy hit there, but direct running again, that's what we're talking about.
Not afraid to take on their man, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. They get the ball, they turn around and they run at him, you know, and great confidence there to do that. Probably, you know, and Hollywood were doing okay. They got in him, he looked like he'd miscontrolled the ball or whatever. Probably hit came in a little bit late, really, to give the free, you know.
Yeah, he's just receiving a little bit of attention here. That'll be a worry for An Tóchar. It'll be Oisin Cullen has the ball under his arm. He looks like he's going to kick this one. Cullen with 2 great points from play in that first half. Oh, he's giving it back to Gavin Fogarty. He said it looks like an ankle injury he's picked up there in that tackle. So Brady has been very good in this first 37 or 8 minutes of this match. He's done really well on link play. He just about gets up. He's gingerly gets up to his feet. I'm sure they'll give him a minute to see can he run the knock off. It'll be Gavin Fogarty to kick this one down into the town end here. He seems to be okay. He's not moving 100%, but I'm sure he'll try and run it off.
Yeah, run it off, exactly. That's exactly what will happen, Emmett.
Here we go. It's Gavin Fogarty to kick this one. We've heading for 7 minutes on the clock in this second half. He kicks this one high, but this one looks to be gone to the left of the post and wide, and that'll have to go down as a poor miss with so many talented kickers in there as well.
And he does
Gavin up.
Yeah, and Gavin does take some frees for them. He scored a free nearly in every game. And I was just saying to Kieran here, he's probably their second top scorer in the championship this year from wing back. So he is that is a bad miss from Gavin. Very unlike him.
Colin Tuohy to take the kick out here. He goes long again. Again, it veers away underneath the stand, and Harry Holohan's underneath. He's under pressure from Conor Davis straight away. He's fouled by Conor Davis, and it'll be a free to Hollywood. Hollywood now just looking to get themselves back into this game. He goes across field to Shane Kelly. Kelly had attention there from JP Nolan, but he's done well as away come Hollywood. That's a loose looking pass down. Dara Fee gets a foot on it. Niall Sheehan's in space inside. That's not what Hollywood needed. He tries to get back, to get numbers back, to do really well. Get the ball back to Dara Fee. Fee jinks inside like he was going to shoot. Gets the ball back to Gavin Fogarty. Fogarty will look to go through here. There's danger here. Fogarty is dragged down. Surely get up, says the referee, and play away. Looked like a free from here. Hollywood come away with the ball. John T. Burke has it in his hands. I'd like to have got a free for that one, lads.
Yeah, I think that was a definite free in all honesty. Like, from here it looked like a bad foul, you know. Yeah. Hollywood are after getting a handy one there now to come out with it, you know, to make it worse.
To make it worse, but look, it's one of those. It's championship football. It's Shane Kelly is back on the ball, deep in his own 21. Gets the ball, gives it to Mikey Healy. Healy tries to get away from Conor Davis. Davis again just fouls there. He must be getting high on the taking number of taking here. Mikey Healy's told to go back with the ball. But just coming out with that ball, Hollywood were high looping passes across field there. You're leaving yourself open to these fast runners from An Tóchar if they do pinch the ball on you. It's Harry Holohan is on the ball now as Hollywood look to attack. The roar goes up from the crowd underneath. Holohan looks up, pops a little pass inside to PJ O'Keefe. He gives it off inside to Robert Kelly. Kelly gets the ball to Stephen Carney. Carney's the man that they're pinning their hopes on in there at the minute, but this one has gone to the right of the post and wide. But again, it's another good attack from Hollywood.
It is, like, you know, we're going on about how good An Tóchar are, you know, how well they're playing. There's only 3 points in it, Emmett, you know, like, so this game is still there for Hollywood if they freaking just give it a good rattle, you know.
Ball is out and it's in the hands of Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy gets through 2 tackles. One of them from John T. and Burke, who seems to have pushed back up the field. Now Mikey Healy's back at centre back, but away come An Tóchar. It's a long foot pass in, looking for Niall Sheehan. Sheehan gets there, does he just about in time, but Shane Kelly gets there first, gets the ball back as far as Harry Wilson. Wilson, under all sorts of pressure from Sheehan, gets the ball to Mikey Healy. Healy gets his way, finds his way out between 2 An Tóchar men, gets the ball to Caelan Burke, gives it back to Healy. Away come Hollywood again, little bit more of a pep in their step. The ball is in the hands of Keane Tyrrell. He looks to turn inside. There's 3 men around him. He wins his free. It'll be a free into Hollywood here. Again, there's just a bit of a chat about who's going to take it. Conor Burke takes the responsibility and gets the ball out as far as PJ O'Keefe. O'Keefe looks for that pass inside. He gets it into Ben O'Keefe. O'Keefe is out in front, does really well. He's gone around his man. Chance here is An Tóchar get numbers back. A dangerous ball in and it's punched this off the crossbar and over the bar there by Robert Kelly. It's high and over the bar, and that one easily could have ended up in the back of the net, Kieran.
Yeah, no, it could very easy, and the more the game is staying like this, the more Hollywood is going to want it. They've been through these dogfights. An Tóchar haven't been, so these are going to be the minutes that Hollywood need to get through, keep the game ticking along, get into the last few minutes, and it's anyone's game.
2-point game here in Aughrim, 10 minutes into the second half. An Tóchar 1-7, Hollywood 1-5, and a near goal chance. They've won the kick out. It's John T. and Burke has won that kick out. He launches another ball in. If this goes over, there's a man inside, but good fist on it there by Gavin Kenny. Gets the ball out, but again it's loose and it's into the hands of Robert Kelly. He gets it to Stephen Carney, but just when Carney wanted to steady himself, he fired a shot in. It's well dealt with by Peter Byrne as well. It was a dangerous one hopping in front of him. Away come An Tóchar. Ball looks for Oisin Cullen, but there's numbers of Hollywood men around it. They're grown into the game now, the Hollywood men. It's Conor Burke on the ball here. Has a look up. He needs options inside. It's all a little bit static, but there's a runner from the far side. It's Harry Houlihan. Houlihan has 3 blue jerseys around him. The ball spills from his grasp and into the grasp of Conor Davis. Davis comes away and kicks the ball down to Jordan Brady. Brady right on the sideline, does well to get the ball. It's hand passed inside to Owen Mara. Mara gets the ball down into the corner to JP Nolan. Nolan is faced up by Shane Kelly as he has been all day. If this is a score, it's some score, lads, to lift the siege. Oh, what a score from An Tóchar. All the way down the field, a turnover at the other end and brilliant movement into JP Nolan, and that's a super score.
And it was a score they really needed. Like, that's the first score of the second half, you know, and we thought at this stage that they'd be really pushing on, but that'll settle them, because I'd say the An Tóchar bench are a little bit worried.
Dara Fee is coming in. Or Dara Fee is coming off, sorry. It's
James Cardiff.
James Cardiff is coming on, so pretty much a straight swap there. It's 1-8 to 1-5 here. We've just about 12 minutes on the clock in the second half of this Intermediate Football Championship final for who gets the honour to go up senior next year. A huge kick out, and the break is into the hands of Conor Davis. Davis battles his way past the tackle, gets the ball back into the hands of Owen Murphy. Murphy finds Jordan Brady. Brady has a look up and kicks a long ball down, looking for JP Nolan. Again, it's beaten the two of them, but he was pulled to the ground there. I think Shane Kelly, probably unlucky because the ball beat him. He didn't need to leave the hand on him, I had bet everyone.
No, he actually didn't. I'd say he was worried about John Paul Nolan turning getting onto the ball, but he couldn't see what we see. The ball was going to go wide anyway, you know, and it was a bad free to give away.
Yeah, look, it's one of those, because it's possibly going to it'll be Gavin Fogarty to kick this one, looking to make amends for one a few minutes ago. And chance to put 4 between the teams here, which would be it'll be huge, because as we've seen with Hollywood in the last few minutes, they are capable of getting in for a goal chance. And
Kieran was even saying, like, Hollywood have been through these dogfights, you know, so they're battle hardened, you know.
Gavin Fogarty to take this one. He's about 12 yards in from the sideline here. It's an awkward one. He kicks this one high, but I don't think that one can be given either. They've missed 3 scoreable frees on Tóchar at this stage, and they just can't seem to shake off this Hollywood team at the minute. They're doing everything right, but they're just not getting it on the scoreboard. Hollywood dogged as ever, battling away.
And Colin, the seriously died down as well, Emmett, so it's not going to be favouring anyone majorly, so it's all to play for still.
Ball breaks in the middle of the field. The man just in, James Cardiff, wins the break, gets the ball to Conor Davis. He finds Oisin Cullen. Cullen looks to go inside, looking, it's well picked off by Mikey Healy. Healy gets the ball out to Conor Burke. Hollywood come raiding up the field again. Oh, brilliantly intercepted by Ger Byrne again. Byrne, as I said, he's had a big hand in things since he came on there. Pops a pass off inside Dushy and Cullen. He's corralled though by two Hollywood men over there, and it's a loose hand pass. Caelan Burke gets to it, but brilliant pick up by Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy charges forward here, trying to lift the men around him, gets a hand pass inside to Niall Sheehan. He's turned to Harry Wilson. There's danger here. The ball is inside to Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy gets it and fists it high and fists it over the bar. Brilliant run, brilliant leadership from Kennedy at this stage of the game. When things look to be rattling a bit around him, gets up the field and gets a great score.
Yeah, you're dead right, and that's exactly what was leadership. He won a great ball, picked it up really well, continued his run, and that's the threat to Brendan Kennedy, like an ex-county player as well, you know, so well capable of playing at this level and giving a performance like that.
14 and a half minutes gone. It's 1-9 to 1-5 here. A 4-point game in Aughrim as the kick out hangs in the air. It's won by Robert Holohan. Holohan does well and gets a hand pass off to Mikey Healy. Healy looks to try and start an attack there. Gavin Fogarty drags him to the ground. It'll be a free to Hollywood. He's calling for someone to look for it, and Shane Kelly is the man that looks for it. Happy to get out from his shackles in at the back there. Kelly carries the ball up the field, gives it to Robert Kelly, but just about gets it back at the second attempt. Shane Kelly does really well to get up the line. Hand passes it off to Keane Tyrrell. Tyrrell turns back inside, gives it to Robert Kelly as they come looking for an opening inside. It's a good ball inside to Stephen Carney. Carney's out in front, pops the ball off to Shane Kelly. He looks for Robert Kelly. Chance of a score. This would be a great score, but just drops into the arms of Peter Byrne. Deals with it, gives it to Luke Kenny. Away come An Tóchar here, and there's a chance because there's players free down this side of the field. Connor Davis was one of them. He pops the ball into the middle into Ger Byrne. Byrne comes short with this one, has a look. Will he give it to Jordan Brady? You know, he's looking for options, and one of them is to kick it to JP Nolan, but Nolan out in front, a good foot in by Luca Harney, just gets the ball away, breaks up the attack and gives Hollywood a chance to get back into their positions. Just balls like that after good moves though, dropping into the keeper's arms, they can be killers at this stage of the game, Kieran.
Yeah, they can. That's one that should have been in Herp's yard. He should have just drove the foot through it, get the laces in behind it and drive it, clear the net.
Connor Davis goes to ground. He pops the pass up to Jordan Brady as An Tóchar come raiding down the field again here. Gets the ball into Matt Nolan. Nolan goes long inside, but Mikey Healy does everything he can. Gets his hand on that one to stop it getting to JP Nolan. It'll be a 45 and a chance here for An Tóchar to try and eke another point onto the board at this stage.
Yeah, Mikey Healy did really well there getting his hand on that, because JP Nolan would have had it and probably just going to run at his man again if he got his hands on it.
There was space inside as well, so it's while he's given away a 45, it was a good hand on. It makes him try and kick this now.
Ger Byrne has actually done really well for An Tóchar since he came in. He's having a big influence on the ball. He's getting on it loads, like, and he's not.
Interceptions.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's doing the hard work really well.
Placing himself really well. He's been immense since he came in there. To be fair, this 45 will be kicked by JP Nolan. Looks to get hold of this one. It's hanging in around the danger area. Ball breaks inside. Ger Byrne is in there again. It's a free for a push. So the referee Harry Wilson gets it and takes it quick. Lobs the ball out here in front of Stephen Harry Holohan. Sorry, long way out, but he's fouled by Connor Davis. Says the referee Anthony Nolan. Harry Holohan is on the ball here. Kicks it back deep into his own 21 as Hollywood look to build from the back again here. They've 4 points to find from somewhere in the next few minutes, and away they come. It's Luca Harney on the ball. Harney steps inside. James Cardiff looks to go back again. He needs support, so it's slow coming. It's Conor Burke though takes up the mantle, 65 yards out. Wall of blue jerseys in front of him, gets the ball back to Luca Harney, just spills it but does enough to get back into the hands of PJ O'Keefe, and he finds Robert Kelly. Kelly takes it at the second attempt underneath the stand again. James Cardiff looks to tackle, he goes to ground and Kelly's away with the ball, gets the ball to Mikey Healy. Healy looking to drag his team back into this one again, but there's collision of bodies there and a free to Hollywood, and it'll be a chance for Stephen Carney just to cut this back to 3, and with 18 minutes on the clock, so
it's moved in as well.
It's been moved in. Someone must have given an unwanted comment to Anton Nolan. He's left it down in a very scoreable position now for Stephen Carney, and this will bring it back to 3. And look, you know, it's still a tight game. It's a county final. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it is, yeah, but it's interesting to see just from the contrast to the first half. We were talking about the ball being spread in from midfield. We were thinking with the wind, Hollywood or An Tóchar were going to do it. They haven't actually started doing it. Their midfielders aren't in the game as much for them. Hollywood have kind of nullified them around the middle, so they're not getting them balls in.
Yeah, it's water break time here. It's 1-9 to An Tóchar. It's 1-6 with just about 18.5 minutes on the clock before that water break. It's been a huge first quarter, the second half there for Hollywood. It looked, a couple of scores from An Tóchar early in that second half, and it could have got away from, but they're hanging on as Hollywood do. And as we said, like, you look at all the results through the championship so far, they've all been dogfights. They're no strangers to this.
Yeah, I'm sure all the An Tóchar supporters thought that the game would probably be over at this stage, with the lead they had at half time, and I'd say they're all very nervous now, like a 3-point lead in a county final with probably 15 minutes to go. It's...
Yeah, and as we're seeing, while Hollywood are... They're not really pinning him back, but a couple of chances, even that last point from Robert Kelly there, like, could have been in the back of the net, could have went anywhere. So, you're hanging on by your fingertips at this stage. When you get to Aughrim at this time of the year, there's never anything easy.
It's little simple things there. They had an awkward free for Hollywood there, and a bit of descent gets it put into the 14. Tight angle for a right forward kicker to make it back to 3 points.
Missed 2 kickable frees probably at the other end as well, and you're, as you said, very fine margins at this stage of the year and in these matches, so it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. Owen Burke is coming in, I think. Yeah, he came on against Carnew as well. He had a huge influence on the game up there in Barton, that's that even. So Owen Burke is into the fray for Hollywood. Caelan Burke seems to be gone. He had came into the game, Caelan Burke. He was quiet in the first half where he had started to come into it, but Owen Burke is on the field now, and
Robert Houlihan will go to midfield.
Number 24 is in for Kieran Murphy, is in Conor Davis. Conor Davis was winning a lot of dirty ball around there. Maybe he's emptied the tank, but...
Yeah, Conor was injured earlier on in the year as well, so he's probably missed a lot of football. I know he's got back in for the championship, but they have a bench there, he might as well use it.
Well, that's it. So you just get the feeling that this next 7 or 8 minutes is going to be a lot about dirty ball, though. So yeah. Here we go. It's Peter Byrne to take the kick out. It's a 3-point game in Aughrim. It's tight, it's trappy, it's championship football. The kick out is taken, and it's well taken by Oisin Cullen this time in the middle of the field. Opens out his legs, runs down the field, looks to get that ball inside, but it's cut out by Shane Kelly. He gets it to Mikey Healy. Healy gives it to Harry Wilson, and away come Hollywood into the hands of John T. and Burke. Burke is underneath the stand, midfield, has a look and gets the ball into Owen Burke. Burke decides to come back with it. They look to inject a little bit of pace here, Hollywood. And the first score, if they get the first score here, it's really getting into squeaky bum time for An Tóchar then, but Mikey Healy just comes away with that ball. Looked like he might have took a few steps, but play on, says Anton Nolan. Owen Burke has the ball in his hands. They're still in the middle of the field. They're just about holding possession, though. Kieran Tyrrell has it, gets the ball to Robert Kelly. It's good play by An Tóchar. They've 3 men across everyone on the ball, but there's space now for Mikey Healy on the far side, and he gets in as far as 50 yards out, delivers a foot pass in as far as Ben O'Keefe. O'Keefe comes with the ball. Brilliant hand in there from the back, and it's into the hands of JP Nolan all the way back in his own defence. Gets the ball to Oisin Cullen. There's nobody inside the 45 for Oisin Cullen to kick it to, but he's gone past his man and he's still going. He's inside the 45. He Solas just loses possession of Vital Line. Brilliant play by Harry Houlihan there to get back and dispossess him. That's a huge turnover for Hollywood. Can they get up the field and get something from it? Away they come with the ball. It's brilliantly turned over then. It's wonderful play there, defensive play on both sides. It's into the hands of Jordan Brady. Brady Solos with the ball, has a look, pops a pass off as far as Kieran Murphy. Murphy will have to work for this one. He's right down on the end line though, picks up the ball, has a look, comes back outside with it. He'll look to recycle. It's a good pass inside as far as Owen Murphy. There's a chance of a score here. Gets the ball to Niall Sheehan. Sheehan kicks this one high, and that's the score that An Tóchar wanted, and that's the score they needed. It's 4 points in it now, 110 to 1-6 here. 23 minutes just on the clock, including the water break. That's a big score for An Tóchar.
I was just going to say that's a massive score, but you're right. You were saying about how good the two defences were there. I think it was Shane Kelly Harry Houlihan pulled off a marvellous tackle on Oisin Cullen, and then An Tóchar win the ball back again. And
the kick out has gone straight to an An Tóchar man. It was Owen Murphy got the ball in as far as James Cardiff, gives it to Ger Byrne. Byrne kicks this one to the right of the post and wide. That had been a sucker punch for Hollywood. Half a poor kick out there, but they live to fight another day after that one. Just need to calm things down a bit. Hollywood, the ball kicked there to a man all completely on his own that time. We'll have a sub coming in here for Hollywood. It's Donncha Halpin looks to enter the fray. Conor Burke is coming off. I thought he was one of their biggest outlets there for forward passes, to be fair, so maybe the tank is empty. Kick out is from Colin Tuohy. Oh, it's a good kick out, but Robert Holan takes it at the second attempt. He looks to get away from 2 tacklers. He's fouled up. And it's taken quickly. Hollywood come red and they need scores now and they need them quick, and it's in the hands of PJ O'Keefe. O'Keefe just looks to step inside his man. Ball doesn't up for him. It's a long kick, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide and just drifted past the post there. Probably took the wrong option there at that stage.
Yeah, when he got the ball first, he was actually, you could see he looked up and he was looking for Stephen Kearney inside, but Stephen couldn't get free, and I think it was he shot maybe as a last resort.
Yeah. So they just need to. They definitely need the next score anyway, whatever about that one. They won't get that one back. Peter Byrne kicks this one long to the middle of the field. There's numbers underneath. Ball breaks. Hull wins the dirty ball. It's won by John Teen. Burke, again, he's been massive since he came out around that middle third. Jared Byrne just tries to stop him taking it quickly. He does, and it's moved up. Be a chance for Hollywood to come on the attack again. Owen Burke to take this one. Burke pops a little ball inside as far as Stephen Kearney. It's just too long down. There's numbers back there from An Tóchar now. They're minding the house of home. Murphy, but he's tackled by Robert Kelly. Kelly does really well to get a hand in there and take the ball from him. He's in possession. Pops a little pass out looking for Donica Halpin. There's a good hand in there from the corner back for An Tóchar, who is Owen Mara. Mara does well. Again, it's a broken piece of play, but An Tóchar come away with it into the hands of Luke Kenny. There's heavy pressure on the An Tóchar backs trying to get out here. The ball has gone out for a 45. Heavy pressure from Hollywood, and it's paid off to a 45 there. So both teams now just look to, the tank looks to be a little bit empty with both teams. They're under severe pressure, aren't they? You know, even in possession, An Tóchar looked so comfortable there for a long time. Just there, they just didn't look to have the legs to get out there. Yeah, legs are starting to get heavy on both teams, and like that, it's just cooled heads now. Just need to have a bit of composure, see the game out. But like this, Hollywood are still well in it. Anything could happen. A high ball lobs in and it could end up in the back of the net here from 45. This could be it. It's Colin Tuohy to take this kick all the way up from the goal. He sizes up his target. Chance here for Tuohy. Gets a good strike enough on it. It's tailing away. Oh, it's handed back in across the square. There's danger there, but it's a free out. It's gathered up by Gavin Fogarty. As we said, that could have went anywhere. It was well kept in play by Hollywood back there. And An Tóchar just looked now to try and work this ball out the field. The referee is telling Peter Byrne to come ahead with it. He gets the ball and he launches it high into the air. There's two against one here. Jared Byrne was 3 against 1, and Stephen Kearney was way out the field underneath. Gets the ball into PJ O'Keefe. Here come the Hollywood men again. It's in the hands of Cian Tyrrell. There's men over on the far side. Stephen Kearney gives a pass just out too far. Donica Halpin is on the ball, gets it inside as far as Robert Holan. Holohan kicks this one high and kicks it over the bar. We're back to a 3-point game here again in Aughrim. It's 27 minutes just on the clock, including the water break. That's a huge score again.
Yeah, just to get them back to that 1 score difference, you know. If they can keep it in 3 points and goes into injury time, you always have a chance, you know.
Always have a chance. There's a chance for Peter Byrne here to take this kick out. Byrne looks to go long. Possession vital at this stage of the game here. As Byrne goes long down the field again, it's a huge kick. Underneath it here is Brendan Kent. The ball breaks away and Mikey Healy comes away with his playing. He has an advantage. Gets it to the 45 into Owen Burke. Pops it off to Robert Holohan. Holohan has been a big player for Hollywood in this. John Teen Burke goes through and he's fouled, and it's a free in on the 21 here, and it's another chance to tighten this one up to a 2-point game here. There's lots of time on the clock. We're just coming up to 27.5 minutes. You have the water break there, leaves you about 4 minutes of normal time. We could have 7 or 8 minutes left here still.
Hollywood have really come into the game at this stage. Like, they're after having a real good second half performance, but they're running in packs now is what they're doing, which they weren't doing in the first half, you know. And they're tackling hard. Like the last one, they got the 45. That was some real strong pressure from Hollywood, and that's what they need to keep doing.
Yeah, and look, I was a bit surprised that Conor Davis coming off, because they haven't won a break since he went off as well. He was winning that dirty ball around the middle third of the field, and they're winning none of that now. Yeah, and it's time now for Hollywood just to throw caution to the wind. They've nothing to lose, as we say. There's only 6-7 minutes left to go here. They scored this, it's only 2 points game, and it's momentum is with Hollywood at the minute. It's An Tóchar. They're trying to come up with all the answers, but they're not getting out as easy as they were in the first half. Stephen Kearney kicks this one. He kicks it high and he kicks it over the bar. The umpires are happy. It's a 2-point game. The roar goes up from the Hollywood crowd underneath us. 1-10 to An Tóchar, 1-8 to Hollywood. Peter Byrne is receiving treatment up there in the goal. Again, An Tóchar just looking for answers around the middle third here now. They need a big last few minutes here. They need to win a few. They need to win their own kick out. Peter Byrne looks to be seriously struggling here. Doesn't look like he's going to take this kick out. It looks like it'll be Gavin Kenny to take this one.
Ryan Mulvey's after coming on for Hollywood there, corner forward as well.
As we said, they're throwing caution to the wind here now. Kick out will be taken by Gavin Kenny here. Peter Byrne looks in all sorts of trouble here. I don't see anyone warming up underneath.
I haven't seen this before where a goalkeeper's been injured and they forced him to continue without the goalkeeper. That's the first time I've ever seen that in a match.
Gavin Kenny kicks this one. There's no one home on the John Teenberg. He doesn't hold it though. It's into the hands of Cian Tyrrell. He's back in the goal with his legs strapped heavily. Peter Byrne. It's into the hands of Stephen Kearney. Here come the Hollywood men, but it's broken down and it's into the hands of Matt Nolan. He gets the ball out to Brendan Kennedy. Kennedy foot passes the ball up as far as Jordan Brady. Lovely turn by Brady. Can An Tóchar get the next score, or can Hollywood get back and take the ball from him? It's Jordan Brady on the ball here, gets the ball as far as Matt Nolan over, looking for James Cardiff. It's a loose hand pass. It's into the hands of Owen Burke. He gives the ball as far as John Teenberg, but he's turned over by An Tóchar and they have a little bit of space to work with here. Gets the ball, Jordan Brady gets the ball out, goes to ground, gives it to Oisín Cullen. Oh, what a score. That's the third score with the outside of that right boot, and there's 3 points in this game. There are 3 massive scores from Oisín Cullen, but that probably the most important.
Yeah, he's like the other 2 were fantastic scores, but that's definitely the most important. Just gives them that little bit of a breather again.
Ball is from the kick out, is in the hands of Robert Holohan. Holohan is deep in his own 45. He's fouled, says Anthony Nolan. He probably could have done with the advantage. They were coming away with numbers there. Oh. There's something going on here. There's a sub coming in. A sub coming in from... I don't see anyone down here. Well, there is a sub coming in. It's number 25. It's Stephen Connors coming in. The captain. He has been carrying an injury all the year. We're into normal time is just about up here. It'll be interesting to see what we're doing. As Jordan Brady has gone off, Stephen Connor comes on. So it's a 3-point game here still. That's a 111 to 1-8.
I'd say that's still from the knock that Jordan Brady picked up earlier. Remember, we were talking about running it off. He obviously didn't.
He went down that time and no one was near him, so he's just being helped off the field here. It's into the hands of Luca Harney. Hollywood look to get out this ball. Shane Kelly has the ball on his toe. He's discarded his defensive duties and he comes up the field, gives it to Owen Burke. He pops a pass off. As far as Luca Harney, he's fouled by Owen Mara. It'll be a free in. Hollywood probably need a goal at this stage, you'd imagine. Owen Burke takes the free, goes across the field as far as Cian Tyrrell. Tyrrell pops it up the line as far as PJ O'Keefe. O'Keefe is tackled but turns out the tackle and does well. He needs support, he needs a runner. The numbers from An Tóchar are converging on him. One of them is Gavin Fogarty, but O'Keefe has done really well to pick his way in along the end line. There's danger there, but the danger is it's in the hands of Brendan Kennedy, but he just carries the ball out over the end line. It'll be a 45. And do you go for the score, lads, or do you drop it in?
I think at this stage of the game they just have to lay it in and hope for the best. As we've seen from the last one, once it went in around, it could have went anywhere, so they've nothing to lose by just letting it lob in and see what happens.
There'll be three minutes of injury time here in this one, so we're about a minute into that, have we? No, normal time just half a minute into that, so we'll have 2.5 more minutes. Colin Tuohy steps up to this one, drills it long, high, it's hanging in the air, it's high and it's all the way and it's over the bar. It's now a 2-point game here in Aughrim with 2 minutes to go, and possession is so vital off of this kick out. Will Peter Byrne take it? Will Gavin Kenny? Looks like Gavin Kenny's going to take this one, but possession is vital. Possession is huge here at this stage now. Can An Tóchar hold the possession, or can Hollywood win the one they need? They'll probably look to go to Ger Byrne. Mikey Healy and Ger Byrne are underneath the ball out here, but it's long, it's high, it's Oisín Cullen, it's evaded everyone. Ger Byrne is first to react. He gets it in as far as JP Nolan. Nolan pops it off to Stephen Connor. Connor charges to the 45, looks to try and get a foul, maybe he doesn't, but An Tóchar recycle it through the hands. It's with Matt Nolan. They're 45 yards out, pops a little pass inside to Niall Sheehan. Sheehan puts up his hand, he's inside the 45, he can't take a mark. It's through the hands of Stephen Connor, back to Sheehan, back to Matt Nolan. There's space here outside for the number 20. Oh, he's blocked down and the ball filters in. That was a kick from Kieran Murphy, and away come Hollywood. An Tóchar, you felt, had to put that ball dead, and it didn't go dead. It's Hollywood though have the ball, and away comes Harry Wilson. Wilson tries to burst his way out to the 45. He needs support. An Tóchar just drop off, and they're happy to let him play with that ball there. Away it comes though, and it's into the hands of Luca Harney. Luca Harney, 65 yards out from his own goal, tries to get this ball up the field, tries to get Hollywood into a shooting position. It's with Cian Tyrrell. It's into the hands of Owen Burke. A wall of blue jerseys across the 45, but he finds Robert Kelly. It's high, it's a dangerous ball into PJ O'Keefe. O'Keefe has won it, turns, shoots, and it's gone just to the left of the post and wide. And he probably could have went on with it. The back was in a little bit of trouble there. I don't think PJ would have known that, but the back seemed to have slipped. He could have went for a goal.
That was a fantastic opportunity. Like, he did so well to win the ball, so he did. And I think if he had just turned and taken a couple of steps, it would have been a great goal scoring chance. I'm not saying he panicked, but I think he definitely rushed his shot.
1-11 to 1-9 here. We're deep in injury time. The kick out will be taken by Gavin Kenny. He goes long down the field. Brendan Kennedy's under it. Kennedy takes his mark, settles things down and pops a little pass off inside to Stephen Connor. Connor's away. He's in space. There's a chance for An Tóchar, surely to try and put three back. A brilliant tackle by Robert Holohan gets back, and the ball is in the hands of Shane Kelly. This one could go anyway still. There's 35 minutes on my clock now. We're getting up nearly there. That's a loose pass there and a tackle from Ger Byrne. A brilliant play by Byrne there. He's been instrumental, and it's all over. An Tóchar are the intermediate Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship champions for 2021. A huge victory for the An Tóchar men after a serious battle with Hollywood. It looked at half time like Hollywood were in all sorts of trouble. They've came back here, lads, and they've given it a right rattle in this second half.
I know Hollywood have died with their boots on there today. In fairness to them, like, they did give it a big rattle, and a few little things didn't go their way, but I just thought they probably lost that game in the first half, really, and too big of a mountain to climb going back into the win. But they didn't give up, as you'd expect from Hollywood. They're a good team. They're dogged, they're determined, real warriors out there. I know they'll be very disappointed, but they should be proud of the performance as well.
Yeah, they should be proud of the performance. So again, it'll be An Tóchar who'll go up to the senior ranks for next year, and they can look forward. They've a good batch of young players coming there, and they're going to give senior a right rattle, I'm sure. 1995 they were senior. They've been back down as far as junior A now, but through the good work of the club, they've have all these young lads coming again, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. We're going to wait for the presentation here now, I'd imagine, so we'll just leave you. Thanks to everyone for listening in on that. Thanks to Tracy, Stephen, Podge and Kieran here in the press box. We'll be back with the senior final at 3 o'clock. We'll leave you live here to watch the presentation of the cup. Alright, thanks a million.
saw 11 generated.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to welcome both Hollywood and An Tóchar and all the neutral supporters of Aughrim today on this great occasion. It's great to have all supporters and players out playing again. I would like to thank, first of all, the referee, his umpires and linesmen for doing a fantastic job. Well done, Anthony. Also, our sponsors, Darcy Sand, Patrick Murphy, who is representing Darcy Sand here today. Thank our sponsors. Without sponsors, we'd be going nowhere. So thanks very much, Patrick and Darcy Sand. To Hollywood, lads, you put everything in there today. Never gave up as you did all year. I seen you in the semi-final, you were beaten, everyone thought, and you come back and won. Today, it looked like that as well, you could have done it. So, well done to Hollywood, and next year. I would also like to thank the CCC, Colin Finnegan, Paul Wilson, and our team for providing the games. A hard job this year and last year, so thanks very much to the lads and ladies. First of all, we're going to present the player of the match. Patrick Murphy is going to present on behalf of Ray Menton, who sponsors player of the match. And the player of the match is number 14, John Paul Nolan. You would mess that down on as well. I'll work tomorrow, lads.
I'll work for the week.
All right, well done, boys. Thank you. I'm sorry. If you want to stay here, you can.
Go on, stay.
That just leaves you with the task of presenting the cup to the joint captains of An Tóchar. Thank you very much, lads.
I suppose firstly we need to thank Hollywood for the game. You'll be back here next year, lads. You're a serious outfit, so round of applause for Hollywood. Secondly, I'd like to thank Anthony Nolan and his official team. Boys, he's reffed a very clean game, and he's reffed a very fair game, boys, and he's done a good job. So an applause for Anthony Nolan and his team. I'd like to thank our management team, Sean, John, Decky. Cueva's there as well doing stats. Look, you were stuck with us all year from the start of the lockdown the whole way through, so fair play to you. Just a round of applause. And lastly, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Crown Roofing. You know, they kicked us out from the start of the year the whole way through with water and stuff at half time and the water breaks and stuff, so fair play to them as well. And lastly, I'd like to thank the boys themselves standing over there. You know, we put in a serious graft all year from running around the lake at 7 o'clock in the morning and up in Ballinasloe at all hours of the night. So fair play to these boys, we deserve it.
Just watch the wire, lads. Just everyone leaving the West Gate now. How are you?